I'm joined here in the Broken Femur Bunker Studios with my lovely co-host Samantha Stanley. How you doing, Sam?
I am doing great, Rocket.
Got a late night broadcast going.
Happy Daylight Savings Day.
Yes, add another hour. You know, daylight savings time, Sam, dates back and heralds back to the days. I think I'm overmodulated. Heralds back to the days that they were planting crops, shit like that. Anyway,
so you gain an hour in order to plant.
Yeah.
Get ready for the harvest.
Yeah, when you had your 10 kids, you had their asses out in the field picking cotton and
an
shit.
extra hour a day.
My mother and her brothers and shit picked cotton.
Yeah, you told me
They called
that.
them wetbacks. They're white as could be, but it was from being sweaty, working your ass off.
Yeah, your mom and her brother
My mom
and sisters
picked
picked cotton, right?
Oh yeah.
In Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, and peaches in the United States, Sam. In California.
In the United States.
Yeah, in California.
Aw.
Yeah, no shit. Grapes of wrath kind of shit. I guess Grandma
So
told Grandpa that if he got her pregnant again, she'd kill herself.
Well, how many kids did she have?
8.
Oh, I
And
thought
had
it
like
was
4
10.
miscarriages. So
I thought it was close to 10.
when she had my mom,
Yes.
my mom was the only kid that the doctor came out to the house.
Was your mom the youngest?
Yes.
So
Dinky was her.
Yeah.
Was her.
Your mom was the youngest.
Yes.
So my dad.
But before I tell you, the doctor came out to the house to deliver her. That was the first. That was unique, right? Well, after he started getting out to the car to leave, they came running back out to say, "Hey, she's starting to bleed." Her mom.
Yeah.
She's bleeding vaginally after the birth, right?
Yeah.
And so he ran back in the house and he packed her vagina full of rags and left.
Well, yeah.
There you go. See you later. Packed your
So-
vagina full of rags. You're fine.
So my dad was born at home, and my grandfather wrote.
Dad died at home, ironically.
My dad did die at home.
Go ahead.
Thank you for reminding me. But my dad was born at home. And my grandfather wrote a postcard to his parents. And my grandmother had it, and she showed it to us years later. And they hadn't named him yet. But my grandfather stayed home from work until she gave birth. And then he went ahead and went to work. And he wrote a postcard to his parents basically indicating we had a little baby boy. He weighed this much. We don't know what we're going to call him yet. But then I asked my Grandma, how long did you stay in bed? And she said, 10 days. And I said, why 10 days? And she said, because Aunt Esther said that's how long it takes for my parts to go back together.
Sure.
But bump.
Well, maybe her uterus was hanging out.
No, I don't think so.
That's probably,
I think
she had a prolapse uterus. That's some
I think
crazy,
it was just some
wacky
old
shit
school.
when you see that, man.
I think it was just old school. You have to stay in bed for 10 days.
Yeah. One time I transported an old black lady to the hospital, and she was rectally bleeding.
Oh.
Yeah. And so she's a nice older lady. She's in her 80s. She had a wig. From a convalescent home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we bring her in. She got rectal bleeding, frank blood.
Yes.
So I take her code 3. We take her code 3. If it had been coffee brown, it would have been worse.
Okay.
This is probably just a hemorrhoid is what I'm figuring. And I didn't want to embarrass her. I looked in her diaper to see how much blood. It's some blood. Yeah, it's not going crazy. Whoa.
Frank blood, I would still be concerned.
Yeah. That's what I said. I said, well, we'll go ahead. I was the senior guy, so I was like, well, we'll go ahead and go code 3. By the way, this part of this whole show is for Dave. For Dave Atkin, because I know he's a medic or something.
I was going to say, this is not on our agenda.
But anyway, so yeah, we took this lady. Well, we're just shitting. We're just telling the most boring shit.
That's
but
all
anyway.
right. We're about to get to the good stuff.
Yeah. So I take this old black lady wearing a wig who's having rectal bleeding to the emergency room. And when we get there, I drop her off, give a report. I'm outside filling out my paperwork, and the doctor, I know him. Actually, I think I did ecstasy with him at a rave party at one
Which is
point.
a sign of a good physician.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emergency room physician.
Right. Keep going.
And I'll tell another story about him if you'll remind me in 1 second, Dr. Z. Anyway, he said, come out. He goes, hey, come back here. I want to show you something. I'm like, okay. So we go in there, and this lady's laying left Sims position.
Okay.
And he like lifts up the sheet, and her fucking rectum is avulsed.
Oh.
Yeah. And they're asking her,
how did this happen?
did someone put a bottle in your ass? Did someone sodomize you? Horrifying. Apparently, it was just a spontaneous rectal blowout. Women get that. They need that floor support, that pelvic floor mesh. You get that mesh on the bottom of your pelvic floor.
The mesh is
to
actually
support.
put in there.
Do you know the pelvis, Sam, is one of the unique bones in that it's gender specific. It's designed to protect internal organs as well as the
vital
reproductive
organs, the
which
vital
is
organs of your
where
digestive.
the babies are born.
Yes, it is the pelvic bone is
Yes.
designed to protect the most vital of organs, including the digestive bones and the reproductive bones, which is where you grow the babies.
That's right, Sam. That's
Oh,
so
we
sweet.
saw the cute.
We're not going to explain that though.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So that doctor,
Yeah,
that particular
Dr. Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to be careful. That's probably
No, I get
that's
it.
about as far as I can go with identifying who that was.
I get it.
One thing he did is he would do 5 hits of ecstasy. I thought he did a lot. He would say, "Oh, don't just do one. You got to do a lot. Look at the size of you." To me, I would do 2, and that was crazy.
He didn't do this at work though.
No, this would be Saturday at a rave.
Oh,
when I threw
okay.
rave
All right,
parties,
well,
he would come to the rave parties.
I don't mind if my doctor is at a rave party.
No, he was just whooping it up. He's having a
Yeah.
great time.
If he's
Except I want to tell you the
ER.
story. One time I came in and he saw me. And he goes, "Oh my God, Rocket, I'm so glad to see you." He's working in the emergency room. He had his scrubs on and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What's going on?" He goes, "Come here." And we go in the ENT room and shut the door. The ear, nose, and throat room.
I knew what that was.
Well, the audience might not say.
Oh, okay.
Right? Non-medical personnel. They don't know what ENT means.
ENT.
No, that could be electronic nano transition, right? I mean, it could be a lot of things.
It
It could be,
be.
you know what I mean? Right?
It could be
It
ear,
could be-
nose, and throat.
That's correct. That's right. Could be earning nano transition.
yeah,
Could be.
it could be.
That's right. It could be elephant, something and T, right? Elephant nose trunk, right? There you go. Try to make it all
I
work.
like it. Elephant nose trunk.
Speaking of trunks and elephant noses, so he gets
Later,
me in
baby.
he gets me in the room, this doctor, and he's kind of frantic and he's a little bit sweaty, he's a little diaphoretic, a little panicky, a little bit panicky, and he goes, "Listen, I don't have a lot of time. You got to help me." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I've been snorting cocaine all weekend long, right? We don't want to go there. We're just listening to this story. Do you mind? Do you mind, Witches of Eastwick? Could you keep yourself from being judgmental? Just hear the story. Just listen to the story."
I
okay?
am listening.
This is someone's testing one. This is someone's physician, Sam. When you go to the emergency room, this is what you can anticipate taking care of your daughter,
was
right?
Listening.
So he says, "Listen, I've been doing cocaine all weekend, and my nasal passages were so stopped up that I couldn't breathe. And it used to be an old trick we would do in med school. We would pass a swab through our passages, through our nasal passages, so we could breathe. And I did that, but the head came off. I've got a nasal swab, cotton, up in my nose. And could you look up there and see if you can see it and maybe get it out?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah," right? So I get, what's that called?
Speculum.
Yeah. And,
Nasal speculum.
and I got alligator little clips, right?
Yeah.
And so he's got a beard, but he leaned back in the chair and I put it in his nose and I looked and I had to push it way in there and look, man, and that light was bright as hell. I could see. And he goes, "What do you see?" And I go, "Every color of the rainbow," which is true. And so I keep going deeper and deeper. I'm like really up in his shit. I mean, seriously, I got that fucking thing.
Tickling his brain.
No, I've got it really perpendicular going straight into his sinuses, right? Not up his face towards his forehead, but straight in, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in there. I'm all the way up in his shit. And, you know, I'm wearing my uniform. He's wearing his scrubs, and I'm kind of on top
Because
of
that
him.
makes it official.
Because he's in the exam chair, and I'm leaning over him so I can look through the thing. And sure enough, I see it. And I go, "Hold still." And I take the alligator clips and grab it and just pull that shit out. Pull out a big old blob. He's like, "Oh!" And he goes over to the sink and starts rinsing. He goes, "Oh, thank God. Thank Jesus. Thank you so much, man."
You saved his nasal passages.
So then about 3 weeks later, I noticed he wasn't there anymore.
Uh-oh.
And I saw one of the nurses that I like, and I mentioned, hey, where's Dr. Z? And she goes, oh, you didn't hear? And I'm like, no, come on in here. Shut the door. What? Oh, he got busted.
Went to rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they always cover up for doctors. Always. They don't get fired.
No.
They get sent away.
No, if you go for treatment.
Yeah, they cover your shit.
Yeah.
Well,
so
check
is
it
this
out. Check it out. So he was doing a lot of cocaine because of his girlfriend.
Of course.
Right. Oh my God, I can't even begin to tell you the story about Dr. Z and his girlfriend. But anyways, doing a bunch of coke, and an emergency room nurse brought her daughter in. And about halfway through her visit, she said, you know what? There's something wrong with you. Look at you. You're sweating. You act like you're hyperactive. You look like you're on drugs. I want to talk to the nursing supervisor.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, shit. He got busted.
Oh.
He got busted.
I mean,
I never got to say goodbye to him.
I am happy that he got the help that he needed.
Yeah, I heard he's somewhere else, yeah.
I heard he's
Well, I
somewhere
worked
else.
with a fairly decent looking blonde, the most decent looking doctor chick I ever worked with. And she was not allowed to touch or prescribe or use TAP or any of the related products to TAP. Do you know what TAP is?
No.
You ever use TAP?
No.
TAP is for like ERB. It's for child sutures or for oral, mucosal, vaginal, rectal, genitorial suturing.
Well, what is it?
It's cocaine in gel form with mint flavor. So you can't snort it. It's too strong. It's mint. And it's coke.
I gotta tell you that doctors
And
get
it's
like
called TAP.
doctors
and it has,
almost get a
it's
free
T-A,
pass.
No, it's TAC. My bad. It's been a long time. It's capital T, capital A, capital C. And the C is cocaine. It's
like
real cocaine.
tetracycline.
And so what happens is,
something
it comes
in
in a
cocaine.
tube. You can put a little bit on a swab and stick it in the kid's mouth right on top of the suture site and just hold it there for 2 seconds, man. Bam! It's numb.
I gotta tell you,
for
doctors
days.
doctors
Very
have always
effective
gotten a pretty
for
good pass.
transdermal numbing. Like if you're gonna have like a squeamy kid,
Transmucosal,
or you're gonna give a bunch of shots, you're gonna have to debride something. You can put it's kind of like Vaseline texture, viscosity, and you put that over the wound, and it totally numbs the wound real effectively. Well, she was not allowed to get fucking near that, and we weren't allowed to ask why. Well, then later on we found out that because this is how they do it with doctors. Not only do they get to go to rehab, but they send them to a new place.
Doctors usually get to go to rehab and they get an opportunity to have like a peer review and they can still practice under the supervision of somebody else. Nurses, man, they send you up to the gulag. I mean, it's just crazy. If you get popped, yeah, nurses don't. We are looking at purchasing a boat.
Yeah, we're looking at boats.
Yeah.
I don't really want to buy a boat. I just want a boat.
Well, nobody wants. I mean,
You know,
I don't want to buy those really cool shoes, but I want them.
Well, we're looking at a Chris Craft, a big motherfucker.
Well, we are looking at several boats. We are looking at Chris Craft Constellation, also known as the Connie, which is a 42-foot wooden boat with beautiful varnished mahogany.
See, you're selling it. I can tell already.
No, wait a minute,
You're
wait a minute.
romancing it.
No.
The first one we're looking at is called a Chris Craft Connie.
The
And
second
you know,
one is
if
like
you
this
get a
piece of
Chris
shit,
Craft
such
Connie,
and
you could be
such.
part of the Chris Craft Connie Facebook club.
Yeah.
The all wood Chris Craft
Which is
Connie.
Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Audrey Hepburn.
They all
and
have one?
Rocket
Audrey Hepburn has a Chris Craft
had.
Connie.
Yeah, had.
So did Michael Savage when he wasn't in a fucking bathhouse in the
and
Castro.
then, yeah, so I'm not selling it, but then the second is
Courtney,
the
that's
Wheeler.
okay.
The Wheeler Sun Lounger.
Well, we were looking at the Wheeler Sun Lounger. There's a picture.
Yeah, it's
So
beautiful.
there's the picture. Here's the picture. I'll do this post-production.
Sure.
Here's the picture of the Constellation that we like.
We love
Here's
the name
the picture
of
of the Wheeler that we like. We're looking at these older wooden boats that we can
Right.
fucking put some money into. That hopefully will get the survey kind of shit, so that we don't buy a Walking Dead.
But then Rocket, for some god awful reason, is looking at this one. This is called the Nor'wester.
Oh, the John Wayne boat.
This was John
this
Wayne's
is the
boat.
ultimate
It was
boat.
74
This is the ultimate in luxury.
frickin'
This is
feet.
the one I want. But no, you told me it costs $80,000
That's
to paint it.
$80,000 to paint and $20,000
Fuck
a year in
that.
maintenance.
That's crazy. I can't afford a boat.
And we can't afford a boat like
What
that.
am I going to do?
But
I'm going to
then,
get a little tiny one. I'm
let's-
going to make a boat
no,
out of like a
no.
nice chest. With a cooler.
That's called an inner tube.
Yeah.
Okay, but then let's back up because here's something on eBay. The Holiday Mansion. 40
$10,000
foot. $10,000.
in North Dakota.
It's a South Dakota. It's
South
a
Dakota.
40-foot houseboat. It's super
Maybe I
uber
could get
cute.
somebody that's over on North Dakota side to go look at that. That's a pretty cool little boat. Looks like the shit. So what? We buy that, we drive all the way out there, pick up the trailer, put it on the green Ford truck, and bring it all the way back here? Is that what we're
So
going to do?
what I really would like to do is talk just in a little bit more detail about each of these boats. The Connie, the Wheeler,
The Wheeler.
the Wheeler, like
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip,
Cool Wheeler.
the Wheeler,
The Wheeler's a pretty cool boat. I mean, that's fucker's made for big
the
waves.
John Wayne Nor'wester, and then
That's
the
crazy,
Holiday
though.
Mansion houseboat. So let's start
swinging
with
wildly.
so
One's
yes.
super cheap. One's outrageous. We're never going to buy it. And one is two
Two of
fucking
them
money
are
pits that are cost so much money from gas will fucking die.
so
if we buy
let's
those
start.
boats.
Where would you like to start? The Chris Craft Constellation.
Let's start off with the Chris Craft
The Chris Craft
Constellation.
Constellation. It's a let me just share. It's a 42-foot boat, wooden, beautiful varnished mahogany. It's got a one main stateroom with its own private head, and then it has 4 bunks. Now, what is the benefit of those 4 bunks, Rocket?
The
Okay.
kids can come and stay.
3 grandchildren and your kids.
And you can put a bunch of storage on them, too.
So it has 4 bunks, which means Gracie, Weston, E.
Yeah, I don't want to go through the whole list, but a lot of people would fit pretty good compared to the Wheeler that doesn't seem to have as much sleeping surface.
The Wheeler does not have the
It's
sleeping
old.
service.
The Wheeler.
The Wheeler, oh, they're both
It's
just
so beautiful. And then the John Wayne boat.
the
That's
John
just my
Wayne boat.
fantasy
Okay,
boat.
it's 74 feet,
Yeah.
which says
big.
okay, one person cannot drive it.
You got to be a millionaire.
2 people-
$80,000 to paint that boat. The bottom. Holy
$80,000 just in gas.
No, not the gas, but
It's got 14,000 gallon gas tank.
of
in
course
4
it
tanks.
needs those. It needs 14,000 gallons.
What does it cost to put 14,000 gallons of gas in a vehicle?
14,000 gallons of gas would be
Times 5?
Would be
60,000.
$44,000. Is that? I got enough money for that. $44,000.
After you buy the boat, you still
Is
have
that
enough
right?
money for gas?
44,000 or 4,000?
No, it would be 44. It's
44.
1,400 times 5.
1,400 times 5. Holy Christ. That's a lot. That's like 10.
That's 0, 0. That's
I have no idea.
is that
I don't know.
$7,000
I don't know.
in
I'm
gas?
low energy. Very low energy.
Okay, I got to
Can we stop talking about boats now?
No, that was the whole point of our show.
I don't want to talk about boats.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
It's weird. We just keep bouncing up and down on 1,320 subs. We lose a sub, we gain a sub. We lose a sub. You know, I got less than 100 people watching my shows.
But
man.
thank you to those less than 100.
I heard from somebody the other day, Corey
Yeah?
C. He was trying to say that people that had less than 100 subs were the good shows. We're a good show because
How-
we're not.
I would like to
We're
know
not
Corey's
fucking fame retarded, you know. We're not fame flamers. We're not famous. Nobody's
So-
kissing our ass. Nobody's selling our shit. Our show. And then you remember, I have taken more heat. I don't know why I even did that. I was trying to be nice to the world
What have you done?
and provide my entertainment nuggets. Just calling it a show, the Rock Radio show. I've
Show?
had people say, "Show, yeah, I saw your show."
What does that mean?
Yeah. What is it? A puppet show?
Oh.
Radio show? Radio? On
F
the internet?
them.
What are you, fucking retarded? Yeah, I saw your stupid show. It's a bunch of confusing bunch of bullshit. Whoever made that's obviously mentally ill and insane. I mean, I've heard it all.
Well, first of all, your
I
video
didn't want to go
is
off.
art.
No. Well, see, this brings me to another point.
Uh-oh.
No, serious. I was listening to some recordings. I've been doing some mixing from the greatest hits. And I can hear it in my voice from 4 years ago. I am way more bitter. I'm
Is
just,
that possible?
I just,
You've been bitter since like 2008.
yeah, I'm pretty
You're
bitter.
more bitter
I'm
now?
morbidly bitter. Yeah.
Okay, morbidly bitter.
I try to be optimistic, but I mean,
Not so
people are
much.
fucking morons. And you know, the more awake you are, the more woke, the more the world is a
Woke?
turnoff. Yeah, the more woke you are.
Oh, awoke.
Woke. Yeah, W-O-K-E, woke.
The more
Like, are you woke? That's a meme, Sam.
Are
Woke.
you woke?
Are you woke? W-K-E, woke. The other thing, just we were going to do a show on is Beretta.
Oh, Robert Blake.
Robert Blake, man.
What an interesting story.
Fuck.
So
you think he
I don't
killed
know.
her?
I don't know why we were sitting. We were having dinner the other night, and we were.
And I
actually
tried to
talking-
shoot you. With my gun.
In your dreams.
With the gun that I left in the restaurant.
Yeah, no, we were just having dinner the other night, and we were talking about Natalie Wood and falling up.
Right.
Oh, it was all about the boat conversation.
It was started off with the boat, saying,
the
what if
Chris
you fell off the
Craft
boat, then
yeah,
you
the
died.
Chris Craft. What about
Hey,
Natalie
Lemmy.
Wood? And then
we looked it up. It was Natalie Wood, and then we started talking about Beretta.
Beretta and Robert Blake and
And then
Bonnie
you said
Lee
he was in jail, and I said,
Bakley.
no, she's not. He's not in jail. He beat that rap.
He did go to jail for a year.
I just waiting.
Well,
That's because he had two bodyguard fuckers
he
squealing on him
had
for
two
attempted murder.
not bodyguards. They were stuntmen that he had solicited for murder. The guy's guilty as hello.
Yeah, but Bonnie Blakely was a fucking cunt.
Well, yeah, she did have
conniving.
a history of exploiting
It was like the
older
greatest
men
big towel motivator
for money.
for sure.
It was her 10th marriage.
So Vault 7, Sam.
Oh, tell me.
That's some serious CIA bullshit, man.
Yeah. Wow.
You realize they've been releasing those viruses on people knowing they violated. I don't even want to get started on it. Just, holy Christ. Should close that shit down. I love Trump more every day, though.
I know that you do. I know that you
Love
do.
that guy. He's a god. You know, I got to vote for George Washington type of guy. I think that's fucking awesome. Let's wrap this up because this is super long. Otherwise, we're going to have to do a part B. But anyway, so people hate the show.
They
you
don't
know?
hate the show.
Nah, they do. Yeah, certain people, but they don't make comments. You know what I mean?
Those people aren't important.
I make a show, nobody says anything. Let's say something like that. I can't
Come
hear
on,
you.
at least
I don't like the music.
You know what I would like to know?
Less Picasso.
Wait, before you wrap it up, what I
Fucking
would like
Bill
to
Silver.
know.
What's Bill? What Bill?
Hush, hush.
He's always bringing up the lighters, man. He's obsessed with the big lighters thing. Bill, what are you talking about? Big lighters.
Love
Fill
you,
me
Bill.
in. What are you talking about? Bill
What I
Silver.
would like to know is before people leave a nasty comment, I would
You're
like
not
to
gonna
know.
leave a nasty comment. Oh, hey, wait. Now I gotta
Let
interrupt
me-
you because I
let
gotta
me-
remember this. You know what I noticed, Sam?
What?
What's the fucking deal? Why is it that people can only make comments on my show the first day that it comes out?
Because after that, they're moving on. I've
No.
explain this to
I
you.
think that might make sense, except that's not how it is. I'll give you an example, okay?
Okay.
Let's just use some round numbers so that I can explain it. The first day that the video comes out, there's 100 views.
Great.
There's 3 comments. Just whatever numbers so we can
Right.
make sense of this, okay?
33%.
All right, cool. Right. So there's three comments and 100 views, right? So the next day,
Well, that's 3%. Okay.
I don't give a shit. You're killing me with the details. I'm just trying to prove a point here, okay? So there's 100 views, and out of 100 views, there's 3 comments. The first day in 24 hours. The next day, there's another 100 views. Guess how many comments?
1.
0.
0.
Yeah. 2 years later. No, I'm serious, Sam. I'm serious about this. 2 years later, there's 56,000 views.
Nice.
Guess how many comments there are?
0.
0.
I've already explained.
How's
this
that
to you.
possible? So people just make a comment. If you don't type something in the comment bar, the first go around within the first 12 hours of that dead body posting, they just fucking run away.
I've
man.
already explained this to you.
How's
I
that?
have at least 3 or 4, and I'm a low YouTuber user, but I have 3 or 4 channels that I subscribe to, and if I've watched the video, if I'm done with it, I'm moving on. I'm
But the
I'm
point
done.
is, I've seen videos that are a year old that I make a comment on, and it's a fresh comment
Why?
because I just watched it.
But why do you make a comment a year later? That person has moved on.
I
as
don't
well.
look at a video and determine whether I'll make a comment based on how old the video is.
Why?
I don't do that.
I do.
Why?
Because having worked in a YouTube environment.
What?
What is that face? Having worked in a YouTube
You
environment.
always do that.
Having worked in a YouTube environment, I can definitely say that once we've done a show and you put it in the can, I'm done. I'm moving on. So if somebody is looking at my video a year from now, I'm probably not that interested.
What? What the fuck did you just say? Try saying what you just said. I'm not going to play it back, but that's possible. Someone listening could play it back. What did you just say? Now say that again. Go ahead.
I just said I am a YouTuber.
Right.
All right. So once I have posted a video, I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the next project. So if somebody is reviewing my stuff a year from now and they make a comment, I've already moved on. I'm done with that show. It doesn't matter to me anymore.
Oh, if they make a comment, you're done with that show.
Yeah, I moved on a year ago.
So, like, they make a comment, you don't give a fuck. Say, hey, man, that's an old video. Fuck off.
No.
Hey, I really like
would
this. Hey,
never-
fuck yourself.
I would
That
never
video is 4
say
years
that
old,
to them.
dude. Hey, dude, that's an old video, man. Shut your fucking mouth.
I would
It's like, hey, I really like this. Shut up. That's 2 years old. The fuck? You're irritating me now. That's a 4-year-old video, Sam. And the guy's like, hey, I really like the production. Shut up.
I would.
It's an old video, for Christ's sakes. It's like 3 years old. Stop. I've moved on.
Well,
Stop bothering me about
you know
old
what?
content.
Hold on. I have a perfect point.
Wow, this old video is like, this is some classic shit. Shut up. Don't care. Don't want to hear it, Sam.
I have a perfect example to prove my point, and that is that 3 years ago you were totally evangelizing on the end of the world and zombies and things like that, and now you're like, I've moved on.
Oh, I see.
Wait. If it happens,
No, no.
I'm not done.
I see. You know what? You look through the scope, and guess who you see in the crosshairs? Me. Go ahead. Keep going. No, you got it. Targeted, locked, and loaded. Here we go. I'm sorry, but for
I don't
8
like it
years
when
I've
you
been
do
pulling
this.
the trigger.
I don't like it when you do this. I was trying to give an example of someone who has changed their view in the last 3 years. Are you just cutting me off?
Well, we
Change-
posted that we would take a phone call, and no one called.
What the hell?
Nobody called, Sam.
Because we're talking about things that happened 3 years ago.
Nobody called the
Call now.
Skytown
Call
show. Nobody
Salmon
called.
Rocket standing by.
Nope. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm not standing by it. They didn't call while we were doing our shit. So it goes back to private. All right. And yes, we're done on that. Okay, no phone calls this show. Well, maybe next time. All right. Say goodnight, Sam.
Good night, Sam.